What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about ZEN today, Horizen. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Okay, here you are at $11.46. Sorry. From your last cycle high in May of 2021 to your bear market low here. If I can actually click on it, if it'll let me, let's see. Nope, right here. You've moved all the way up to your golden ratio. The 618 tipped it to a T and pulled all the way down to the 236. It's very uncommon. Oftentimes you would hold the 382, the 0.5. This doesn't encourage me to believe that you're going to rip through the golden ratio on this next attempt, but you could. I would assume, hold on guys. It's the end of the night. Normally happens more whenever I talk a lot. I would expect that this next move up to the golden ratio, you probably find a little resistance, but this time you find support at the 0.5 or the 382, and then you move up. Of course, some implied volatility could be there. You could see a rather wicked kind of endeavor, but I think I would more count on that you find support on the 0.5. If not, it's also pretty common on the second attempt to actually break through and go to the 786, 886, but those times are more common, most common even, when you hold the 382 for support or the 0.5, of which you did neither. So I'm open to the idea that you do find resistance here. By the end of March, I would expect that ZEN is probably all the way back up at about $45.30. If not there, at least something around $30. That's my expectation. If you look at the weekly time frame, and if you take this, I like to call these blemishes, these little pump and dumps. If you took this blemish out of the equation, you've basically just been in the same zone the whole time, right? Like you've just been consolidating here. So this next attempt, while this one was kind of a false break, this one I think will be the real deal. And inevitably, whether you stop here and find support or you just move up higher or whatever, inevitably you will see higher targets, okay? Weekly RSI looks very bullish. It's anything but bearish. It is very bullish. You've cooled way the hell off, and you are finding support at prior areas of resistance, to be fair. High to low here. Wait, I just did that. I'm sorry. High to low. Do we want to do this one? Maybe this one will tell us something. Hold on, let's see. High to low there. No, not a whole lot. Let's go with this one, high to low here, because I don't believe that you're going lower. I think you got a nice double bottom here, got a nice bottom on your ZEN, and then you're going to move up higher. I think to expect something around $38 to $46 by the end of March is pretty acceptable. You're at $11.45 now. By the end of April, by the end of this move overall, I would expect that you are higher than that. You are dramatically higher than that. I think that you are probably going to see a more robust move this time around than you did last time. And this thing's probably going to rip up to about 70 to 117 bucks by the end of April, if not higher, if not higher. But I think this is a good area to go for. The average crypto is expected to move like a 3 to 4x, so something of that kind of endeavor. And when I say 3 to 4x, I mean by the end of April. That's my expectation. If not, if it's by the end of March, then maybe the average crypto is going to move up more, to be completely fair. But by the end of this next move, if you saw something of like a 6x, which is your minimum target here, to $117, which is your maximum kind of target at about a 10x, that puts you well above the rest of the pack. And I think that you're going to do that. I really do think that you're about to grow. The last time, again, that you were oversold, or not oversold, but at these levels, and you went to the overbought zone, which I don't know, man, being postured from a higher low perspective overall, getting overbought, not getting oversold, I would assume you do see a stronger move than what you saw here. That's my expectation, at least. And actually, on that note, hold on now. How much did you move on this last move here from this low to high? 568%. Yeah, man, the average crypto moved up something like 70% or 140% in that same amount of time. So this thing means business. I'm on board, man. 500, you're going to see something bigger than that, which means I don't even think 69 is a doable minimum target, right? You're going to see something that's likely even above 86. I think we're talking about $100 prices or beyond. Nothing less is good. So maybe 117 shouldn't even be the maximum. I think maybe 176 to 209. Breaking right above the all-time highs is not a call that I like to make, because oftentimes you break above the all-time highs, you don't just stop right above them. You tend to go through it. But for ZEN to see a $316 price, that's a 27x. In a 2-month period, it's not impossible, guys. Crypto can do that overnight if it's got a low enough market cap, but I don't know. Let's see what we got here. $182 million market cap. It's possible. ZEN's got the narrative going for it, man. I think that this thing does have a lot of potential, to be completely fair. That's decent volume. That is some decent volume, guys, at these levels. I love to see anything that's like 8% to 10% or more. That's great. 5% is fine. You know, less than that doesn't mean it's terrible, but like you want to see at least something like that if you're expecting it to do well. Don't take that as a rule that you should apply to everything. It's not always that simple. Okay, in culmination with other things. Okay, right. Um, I don't think that you see this. I accept that you could stop at 176. I do accept that. So it's an overall 15x. I accept that. But most likely, I think somewhere closer to 100, maybe just above 100 is where you're going to go. But that's a 10x, man. That's a 10x. That's awesome. By the end of April, $11, man, up to 100. Yeah, I think that's what you're going to do. What would that, let's see, if we see a high to a low here. A lot of people ask, and then you got the 886 right there. Perfect. Perfect, bro. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what you're going to do. A lot of people will ask me, they're like, what makes you think that this is going to go up here? You say you feel, or maybe it does, or it probably does, but like, what makes you say this? And I'm referring to one comment specifically that I just quoted, but if you're listening to this, whoever you are, I forget your name, I'd give you a shout out. You're not the only one. There's a bunch of people who recently have been asking me, well, what else makes you think this? And they bring up a bunch of fundamental questions, and it's like, no. This is not a fundamental channel. I don't care to do that, right? That's fundamental channels are for people that want to spend hours and hours of research and then write a script, write a list, or they get paid to talk about the fundamentals most likely, and they get paid to shill it, and they get the list given to them so that they know how to talk about it, right? That's how a lot of these guys do it. That's not how I do it. I'm not a fundamental guy. I know the fundamentals of Zen. I know the fundamentals of almost every single crypto that I talk about, but I don't talk about the fundamentals, because what I like to do is I like to talk about the price action. I like to do technical analysis. I don't need, if I believe the fundamentals enough to know that it's not a scam, that it's not a rug pull, a pump and dump, then that's good enough for me to talk about it, right? But the main reason I don't talk about the fundamentals often is because, for one, it gets in the way of the price action of the day-to-day stuff, in my opinion. Fundamentals don't change over time, so I'm not just going to say the same thing over and over and over again. That's why we talk about price daily, is because it changes daily. And then beyond all that, the most important reason is I want you to do your own research. I want you to look at a coin that I'm talking about and you hear me say, oh, it's going to do a 3x. Oh, it's going to do a 10x. Oh, it's got this potential. And I want you to figure out why, right? Don't ask me why. I want you to figure that out. You can look up other people, but this will enhance your own researching capabilities. I want everybody to become better investors. And to do that, you need to be able to do research on your own. I'm not going to do it for you. If you want to find somebody else that does it for you, the crypto space is littered with people like that. Go for it. But you should read the white paper. You should read the tokenomics, or find the tokenomics out if you can. If you have if you have someone like Grok, it makes it a lot easier. I say someone, a thing like Grok, it makes it a lot easier. But not everything Grok says is true either, to be completely fair. Sometimes he's misled me. He really did. I actually, there's something that I said about XCN Onyx Coin yesterday, talking about how the Goliath mainnet launched. It didn't launch. It was just the testnet. Grok misled me completely, but he made it out to be like a fact. I had a very big argument with Grok today because he kept trying to tell me, oh, no. I didn't give you incorrect information. I just thought that you knew what I was talking about. Like, no. You made it seem like a fact. Anyways, I'm arguing with an AI in my free time, you guys. No, me and Grok have a great relationship, though. He's the man. Anyways, we're at $11.46 right now. Likely going to see some crazy growth, you guys. On a daily time frame, I like the RSI. I think it's bullish overall. We're just waiting on this thing to rip. I think over the next 2 weeks you will see some phenomenal growth, much in the likes of what you saw back in November, December. I don't really think I have anything else that I want to say. I want to look at something with some volume real quick. Yeah, look at that, guys. Look at this. Perfect. It's literally exactly what you want to see. A lot of volume. So much volume on the pump. A lot of it. And then you dump and the volume goes away. It goes away. When did it come back? It came back on the pump. It came back on the pump, right? People want to buy. There's interest. And then there's no interest in this thing going down at all. So I think you're going to bounce from here. I want to do one more thing and just see. It's not an indicator that I normally pull up, but let's just see if it says anything, if it tells us anything. Went a little bit below there. Let's zoom it out a little bit and see if we can come up with a better read on this bad boy. We'll get the all-time history, sure. Maybe not all the way back there. Something that's more to that low. If anything, you could find support a little bit lower. You could go lower, but I don't think you do. Let me get the all-time history again. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, $27 to $22 might find a little bit of resistance there at first. But man, once you get past that zone, you guys, you're basically free flying all the way up to your all-time highs. This might not be the best. Let me see. Is there something with better levels of volume and more historical references? Yes. Okay, so let's see here. Go on a weekly. What do you have to say, Binance? Hit me. Okay, a little bit closer. That makes sense. Same kind of target areas, except here it's having that resistance a little bit lower, but whatever. Yeah, man, you get above 33 cents and you're basically free ranging all the way up to new all-time highs. Nothing is going to get in your way once you get above here. You're just going to fly. I think that you, and maybe not all the way fly like that, obviously. In time, by the end of the cycle, you will. You know what, let's talk about end of cycle targets too before we end the video. But I think that you will. I'm actually more in favor of the idea that you do see prices around like $170 to $200 by the end of this move. I really am. Let's look at the all-time high potential. Okay, ZEN right now you're at $182 million in market cap. If you saw a 100x, that is an $18 billion market cap, and that's no small feat. 100x is no small feat on any scale, but if there was to be a 100x, something like this could do it. I want you guys to understand we talk about 100x's all the time. Not every crypto I talk about is going to do 100x that I talk about, right? If I've talked about 20 cryptos, I probably have talked about 20 cryptos that have 100x potential. Maybe they all do 100x. Likely, I'd be lucky if a quarter of them did, right? Truthfully, I'd be grateful if just one of them did. You know what I mean? That's good enough for me. But not saying that this thing does 100x, but it's capable of it. An $18.2 billion market cap is not hard to attain if something has good fundamentals behind it, like ZEN does. If it gets the right narrative, the right hype, everything goes the right way, if attention is put on it, especially popularity matters the most, I could definitely see you doing 100x. Now, the thing is, 18.2 is not even really that hard of a market cap to achieve if you are one of those kind of serious narrative coins. And ZEN, I'm just thinking, with this pump that it had, while the rest of the market didn't see nearly as spectacular of a move as this thing did, I think that you might have some serious potential to see more than just 100x. I think you could see, if 18.2 is doable, 36 is doable. If 36 is doable, I think 72 is doable. What am I saying here? I'm saying that Horizen, ZEN, could genuinely see a 400x by the end of this cycle. Not by the end of this move, not in 2 months, not in a week or two, right? By the end of this cycle, at the probably like the end of this year. I would think somewhere between November of this year to maybe January of 2026. It could extend into 2026, but I don't think you see a 400x. I don't think you see a 100x. I would more so think that you stop somewhere in between. Let's see if we can come up with something that makes sense, okay? Give me that all-time history. Let's see. There we go. High here, low there. Right, 100 to 400x on the table. Let's see what we got in the fibs. We're looking for a 1618 to a 2618 area probably. Likely below the 2272. Well, a 100x would take you right to the 1618, and that is at a 129x. I like that a lot. $1,500, very possible. Yeah, absolutely. Could you stop lower? Sure. If you hit 762, that's your 1 for 1 for. Oftentimes with the 1 for 1 for, you actually wick a little bit above it. So you could find resistance right at $1,000, about an 87x, something like that, right? If you were to go higher than the 1618, first off, let's get it out of the way. I don't think you see a 2272 extension. No, nope, that's not going to happen. No 2272 extension. Oh wait, yeah, that's a 100x, right? Yeah, that'd be 100. Okay, cool. No 2272 extension, but this here, the next level above 1500, that's a 316x, 333x, something like that. And I did say that a 400x is possible with this thing. It absolutely is. Absolutely it is. If you don't think it's possible, you're not going to catch it, man. The only people that don't catch the 400x moves are the ones that sell it at a 20x, at a 2x, at a 5x. You know what I mean? And the only people that round trip their bags are the people that wait for a 400x. So take that for what it's worth, right? There's equal poisons to pick from on either side of that coin there. But not financial advice, not a financial advisor. If I had to guess, I think that you land somewhere between $1,000 to $4,000. That's my guess by the end of the cycle for ZEN. You're at $11.50 now. I don't know how that sounds to anybody, but that sounds pretty damn good to me. Hit the like button, subscribe. Do not buy any crypto on some random YouTuber's advice, right? Me included, right? I'm just a random YouTuber. I'll say things like that. I'll say don't buy any cryptos on a random YouTuber's advice, and then people in the comments will be like, but you're a random YouTuber. I'll be like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, don't just buy it on my advice. That's exactly what I'm saying. Do your own damn research. Decide if you like it. Why? It's going to help you. It's going to help you as an investor. It's going to help you as an analyst of your own, to make your own decisions like a big boy or a big girl. And beyond that, even more importantly, if shit goes south, if you're ripping and you think it's just going to keep going higher and then it sells, you're not going to panic sell. You're going to have conviction because you read about the fundamentals. You understand it to some degree, and that allows you to have more conviction. And the only people that make it to 100x or 400x are people who just didn't pay attention. They lost their keys and it's in a dumpster somewhere, and now they got to pay someone as a bounty to get it. Or they're people who are crazy enough to have conviction and stuff like that. If you want to be crazy enough to have conviction in this thing, check out the fundamentals. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy. Bye.